And welcome back to Janky AF and Year of the Aerostar, episode number 48. Closing in on 50 here, and a very nice one today. You can see by my lovely navy blue pullover here. That will actually be a Janky AF merch gift to someone else, and we do have some new merch coming very, very soon. Get the plug out of the way here early, and without further ado, let's introduce here a beautiful, stunning, striking, gorgeous, handsome, dashing, voluptuous 1996 Ford Aerostar minivan, listed for just $1,000 in Gulfport, Mississippi. MS is Mississippi, correct? MO is Missouri, I believe, so let's go with Mississippi. We're doing sort of a jankier little tour of some of the jankier Aerostars on Year of the Aerostar here, and I think this one very much qualifies. It's got a lovely, lovely patina and dent and ding and like sort of off miscoloration thing going on, but I absolutely love the color. So let's talk about it. 150,000 miles, automatic transmission, exterior blue, interior gray. Fuel type is gasoline. Looking at 15 miles per gallon city, 21 highway, 17 combined. I do not know if this is the 3.0 or 4.0 engine. It might be the 4.0 with that lower figure, because I believe the 3.0 had slightly better gas mileage, but we don't know. And the vehicle is paid off. Seller's description: starts, runs, and goes. It does not say if it stops, because usually it'd be runs, drives, stops is sort of the usual trifecta, but it goes. I like that. So it's more than just turns on. It actually goes. It goes down the road. Call the number in the picture to get hold of my dad. A common thing, selling for an older family member, something like that, listing for an older family member. Only this wrong. I think maybe only thing wrong, but this actually kind of works. I always talk about how I don't nitpick grammar, because I think as long as it communicates effectively, it doesn't have to be, grammatically correct according to whatever standard someone invented. So only this wrong is it runs hot. Okay, so maybe you're looking at maybe it's a head gasket or a cooling issue. Maybe your water pump's going, something like that. We don't know. But my dad, or this person's dad, can tell you all the details. So give this gentleman a call, and he'll tell you what's what with this beautiful 1996 Ford Aerostar. But it does start, run, and go. Whew, just a lovely, lovely photograph here. I love that you have some, little strands of wheat, just coming in over the beautiful profile of the Aerostar. Sort of a picturesque image, I think, and I love that we have a clean, undisturbed, full view of this Aerostar, and you get into all the beautiful little details. Obviously some clear coat burn going on the hood here, not uncommon on Aerostars, and especially in the south where the sun beats down. You have your steel black wheels here. I'm wondering if these are, believe these are the ones that you could put the nice dog dish hubcaps on if you wanted to. Some dings and dents back here in your rear sort of quarter panel area. Looks like it's probably been scraped into by something. Your door handle looks like slightly ajar here, and can't tell what's going on with that exactly. But the way the light's hitting this, maybe on a late afternoon day, perhaps in the morning, we don't know. Just looks really, really nice. I wouldn't touch this Aerostar. I think it looks perfect with your gray bumpers and your gray grille. Looks really, really nice. I would just leave it as is and do the proper mechanical work to get it running great. And then you have a beautiful Aerostar. I love this navy blue color. This navy blue color often used on sort of service and fleet vehicles, especially on campuses and universities. When I was in school, up in Buffalo, New York, they had some of these Aerostars in their fleet, and I just really, really liked the color. it just suits the Aerostar well. It's sort of svelte, sort of sophisticated, but still sort of industrial and, purposeful. So I really like this navy blue color, and you don't see a ton of them. The dark hunter green is sort of more the common Aerostar, and then you have your dark red, of course your grays and your whites, but I really do enjoy this navy blue color, and I would love to have one in my fleet. Now, an interesting little addendum here is that it has this, it looks like this is actually a three-dimensional. It doesn't look like a simple painted pinstripe. Now I could be wrong about that. It almost looks like this is painted and it turns into some sort of molding, but perhaps it's just a pinstripe. Either way, a lovely sort of pinstripe or molding running the entire length of the side of the Aerostar, and I think that's the perfect little touch to sort of set this off, the pièce de résistance, if you will. Just gives it that extra little oomph of class and panache, and I think it looks great. Your antenna here sticking up nice and straight and tall, guaranteeing good radio reception. You do have a little bit of rust, as we'll see in the other picture, on the top of your roof. Very common as well. Hopefully not corroded to the point where it'd be tough to get a new windshield in there if you needed to. You might want to address that. But other than that, a fine looking Ford Aerostar. Here we have the opposite side, a little bit in the shadows here with a very nice little coffee table there. And we can see the factory roof rack a little better there. I really like the blue with the gray bumpers and the black steel wheels. Looks like our bench seats are intact there in the back, so seating for 7 very comfortably. And of course your wonderful Aerostar seats with your smaller black side mirrors, your wing mirrors there. Now I have been quite smitten by the extended length Aerostars recently, but I really think this standard length looks very nice, very compact package with all your beautiful Aerostar styling, your sleek 0.37 drag coefficient. Very nice. I just love the way this one sits. Sort of some chonky tires on there. They fill out the wheel wells very nicely. Boy, just a beautiful looking Aerostar. And for $1,000, you know, maybe you're going to have to obviously do some maintenance to it to get that running temperature down. But it is fully intact, which is a big part. You know, all your bumpers look completely intact. Now we don't have any, unfortunately, pictures of the rear to see if this rear bumper is cracked at all. But just getting one that is complete and has all the bumpers. The bumper is getting really hard to find, I will say. I bought a whole separate Aerostar just to get a rear bumper for my 1986. This is a publicly listed post, so I guess I don't have any trouble putting the phone number on here. For sale, van as is. So there you go. We do get some brief little look at the interior here. Looks like your standard gray interior. And that's that. Not a lot of information, not a lot of photos. You can see your cowl here with your windshield wipers are getting a little corrosion on them. That's very normal. You could always paint or replace those if you really wanted to, but certainly if they're functional, then, you know, who cares? Janky do thanky. I suppose not a whole lot to say on this Aerostar. Again, I don't know what engine it has in it, if it's the 3.0 or 4.0. My guess would be the 3.0, much more common. The 4.0 was an option in non-all-wheel drive or four-wheel drive Aerostars. Perhaps it has that in it, especially, you know, maybe being a fleet vehicle or something like that. But probably not. I do like how it has, a lot of these Aerostars you'll see with the window tint. I actually quite like the non-tinted windows because it just adds a little bit more light coming into the inside of the Aerostar. You can see there, no tints whatever, and it just, there's sometimes when you see some back windows tinted but the fronts aren't, it just has that sort of continuity about it where you have a nice clear glass dome in which all the light can come in. I would love to see, I've always wanted to do like a safari Aerostar where you cut the roof out and put a big glass panel in the roof to really make it, the sun come in there and give you that nice greenhouse effect. But quite nice lighting, I would say. It looks like it is perhaps dusk or, early dawn. Just beautiful. Again, I love the patina, and you know, if this is just sort of like discoloration and surface rust and it's not actually corroding around there, then I would just let that be too. A nice little sort of burnt brownish color to sort of accentuate the blue. Again, little more fade or peel here. But all your headlights, all your headlight bezels fully intact. And just a really, really nice looking Aerostar. You know, again, with this little molding or side striping going on here, adds the perfect little touch. Yeah, it looks like it is some sort of three-dimensional molding that's put on there. I wonder if that was a factory option. If so, somewhat rare and looks quite nice. Just, you know, fully accentuating that straight horizontal line running throughout the entirety of the vehicle. I just had to sort of, you know, get eyeballs on this one because, again, it's very cheap. So we're in the sort of $1,000 and under Aerostar category, which, you know, for $1,000, it's impossible to get a, you know, perfectly functioning vehicle for $1,000 anymore. You used to be able to, not anymore. But with a little work, get this one sorted out and you'd have the belle of the ball, really. And of course, as we know, Aerostar is very good at transporting people or transporting things. This does seem to have all the back seats in it, so you wouldn't have to source those. So if you wanted to carry a bunch of people, have a little party wagon, or take the seats out and use it as a cargo version, whatever you want, or just drive it around by yourself for fun. You know, that's perfectly acceptable too. I would love to add this to the fleet. 96, I do not have a 96. Good year, sort of the penultimate year of the Aerostar. It had soldiered on past 95 when it was supposed to be axed, and you know, just carried on because there was such demand for it. And I just really, really appreciate that this has been well used, you know, perhaps rode hard and put away wet, but still going. And 150,000 miles, a little bit low, honestly, to be having some overheating problems. But if you got it remedied, then you know you have a, you know, relatively, in the grand scheme of things, low mileage vehicle. Certainly these are very capable of getting, you know, to 200,000 miles and above, as we've talked about many times here on the program. Yeah, just you know, the navy blue is really what got me on this one, and I think it just strikes such a nice stance and a nice pose. So, pretty short one here, quick hitter. But the roof rack, obviously, you know, giving you additional abilities to carry things on top of the vehicle. Great payload capacity. I'm not sure exactly what it is, but of course your towing capacity rated at 5,000 pounds from the factory. You know, a bit aspirational on Ford's part, especially with your, you know, not too beefy brakes and not too beefy power situation, but hey, why not? Strap a boat to it and take it to the lake.
Pulling its own weight.
If you want. So there you go. We'll just stand here and gaze at it and appreciate it for a few more seconds. Wonderful, really beautiful navy blue 1996 Ford Aerostar, listed for just $1,000 in Gulfport, Mississippi. So there you have it. Another episode in the books of Year of the Aerostar here on Janky AF. As always, we'd love it if you'd engage with us, leave us a comment, subscribe would be very, very appreciated. We're getting more you know, shameless in our promotion of the program here, and it really helps us out with the algorithm and all that good stuff. There you go. Thanks for joining us on another episode of Year of the Aerostar here on Janky AF. Another one coming very soon, and until then, Janky do thanky.
One small step for man, one giant leap for mankind.